and welcome to my channel. This is Magical Maiden. So I've decided that I'm going to be doing something different in the ASMR. I am going to be reading poems. I've written poems, this was 9 years ago actually, and I used to write a lot of poetry and actual stories. So I think I'm going to be adding them in, and I'll add cool backgrounds and everything. I actually have a site on postpoems.com that I made 9 years ago. Unfortunately, most of my poetry, I used to write it, that's right, by hand in a notebook, and one of my first apartments had a mouse in the storage closet and it ate through most of my poetry. So I've lost a good deal of it, but here's some of it that I have, and I'm just going to explain a little about it and read about my poems. So in my About My Poems, in my Post Poems section, it says, "Do not fear me, my poems can be dark. They can seem hopeless and without light, but they speak out from deep within my soul that can often be a tortured soul, but cleansed by my writing them out. So while my poems may seem dark, they are no darker than the darkness I have seen within the hearts of some men." So now you have a little intro unto my poems, and I will be reading them to you. And that was in the About My Poems section on my postpoems.com. So the first poem that I'd like to read to you, and I'm going to pull it up, but you'll have to bear with me. It does take some time to get my poems to open up. So the first one is, let's see, it's called Death Calls to Me. See, when I started writing this poem, it was way before. It was actually 12 years ago. Some of them were 9 years ago. Before I met my second husband, and I was in a marriage with my first husband that I was miserably unhappy. I was depressed, and I used to take antidepressants to, I was in a dark, dark place. So that's where these are coming from. Usually my muse was being depressed and in a dark place, and that is why I was able to write these. But since then I haven't really been into my writing. But I'm going to go ahead and start the first poem. It's called Death Calls to Me. I hear the call and often run to answer it, always running towards my dark visitor that seems to elude me so often. As I grow near to it, just about to touch death's icy grasp, the hand of something grabs me away from that which I do not fear. Anger grows within me. Death eluded me once again. I yearn for death's peaceful slumber. I fear it not, for in death I see a friend, a dark figure that has been with me for many years, a friend that has whispered to me many times of the peace I can have once within its embrace. I look for my friend, death, at every turn. I wait for my familiar friend often. I sit and watch as others dance away with my friend into the dark, peaceful abyss that eludes me. No matter how long and hard I try to leave with it, still death calls to me. I call to death. Death reaches out the icy hand of peace each day towards me. My peaceful dark friend, elude me no more. I will wait. Death will call for me another day, if not today, the next. Death calls to me. I answer. Death calls to me. I always answer. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was, like I said, I was in a very dark place. I was depressed. I really wasn't into living. But that has all changed. That was 12 years ago. And so I did suffer from depression back then. Not anymore. But I hope you enjoyed that. This will be the first of a few more that I have written. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I will see you in my videos.